welcome back to my channel. So in celebration of the release of the live action Beauty and the Beast film, I'm doing a bunch of different videos that are Beauty and the Beast related, and in today's video I thought I would share with you my 5 favorite books, or my top 5 book recommendations. We all know Belle loves to read. She's the girl that always has her head stuck in a book, and so I thought it would be really fun to use that trait that she has, because it's something that I too possess. I love reading, and share with you and take this opportunity to just share with you some books that I love. And they're just recommendations, they're just books that I have really enjoyed. So if you want to get some ideas about maybe some new books to read, summer's coming up, I know like reading on the beach is my favorite thing, and then just keep watching. Alright, so the first book I'm gonna share, I'm a big self-help person. I love reading books that are technically called self-help, but just like enrich your life and make it a little bit easier for you to navigate the everyday. And I think one of the best is Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. Now, if you don't know who Tony Robbins is, he's sort of the picture boy for motivational speakers. I'm sure that you've seen him at some point. He also has done a little bit of acting. He was in Shallow Hal. It really does give you so many tools and little tips and tricks for just kind of deconstructing your mind and maybe how you perceive the world through your thoughts. And so if you're looking for something that will really be sort of a game changer for you and will really get you thinking about how you think and how you interpret information, I think that this is such a good read. The next book that is a favorite and one that I would highly recommend is a book called Left to Tell, Discovering God Amidst the Rwandan Holocaust. And this is by Immaculee, Ilibagiza. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm like the worst with pronouncing people's names regardless. It was one of those that I picked up and I read it, and I started it at like 6 or 7 at night and stayed up throughout the night. I think I finished it around 3 a.m. to finish it, and it changed my life. It's such an overwhelming tale of this woman's survival through the Rwandan Holocaust, as well as how God helped her through it. It's an awe-inspiring novel, and when you hear how God helped her through the Rwandan Holocaust and how spirituality kind of led her through the worst time in her life and the worst time that like I could even imagine, then it's so profound and such a strong tale of a woman who beat unthinkable horrors to come out of them with such a good heart. It's really beautiful. So staying within the spiritual realm, I love books again about autobiographies, about people's accounts and experiences with God and with the higher power, and that's just something that I love reading about. I think for me it's such a beautiful way of connecting not only with another person's journey here on earth, but also connecting with God in a different way. And this book, oh my goodness, it's by Anita Moorjani, and it's called Dying to Be Me, and the subtitle is My Journey from Cancer to Near Death to True Healing. So without spoiling the book, she was diagnosed with cancer, and it got to the point where after 4 years, her body was like ravaged by it, and she was admitted into the hospital unconscious, like all her organs were failing. The doctors were saying it's only a matter of time to her family, and she had a near-death experience that is remarkable not only to read, because she recounts it in as much detail as she can. She recounts it, and then she talks about how she used it to become a better person, and how it changed her outlook on life, and the meaning that she took from it, about what all of this means. And so it's just, I'm reading it for the second time, and it's just so amazing. Okay, so we're stepping away from the spiritual religious realm, and these are 3 books, but I'm counting them as one. It is the Miss Peregrine series. So, oh my goodness, I love these books. I read them all like within the same like 3 weeks. They were so fun. So for those of you who don't know, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom was a movie that came out not too long ago. I didn't love the movie, to be so honest with you. I didn't think it was great. But the books are phenomenal. So the first one is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. The second one is Hollow City. And the third one is The Library of Souls. These books are so fun to read. If you're like me and you're a little weird and you're a little quirky and you like peculiar things, like you like bizarre, weird, almost creepy things, like what he does with these books is so amazing. So he would go to different like antique shops or garage sales, yard sales, and find old photographs that people were selling or giving away. And here, I'll show you one. And he compiled them and started writing these books, started creating a story around them. And so the pictures are all real, which is so cool. So here's a picture that he found at like a garage sale, yard sale, and you know, no spoiler, but like that's Miss Peregrine. And so like he created this whole story around photos like this that are, you know, like interspersed throughout the novel. And it's just so cool. Like here's the back of Library of Souls. Like how creepy. It's the coolest series, and I love his writing style. These are fun books to read. Like I would say if you are planning a vacation or there's, you know, if you're thinking forward to the summer and thinking about lying on the beach, or you're taking a week to go somewhere and you want some fun books to read, this series is, I would highly recommend. So fun. The last book that I'm going to share with you is one that I have mentioned before, and it is Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert, Creative Living Beyond Fear. Elizabeth Gilbert also wrote Eat, Pray, Love, which was that, you know, huge film with Julia Roberts. I love this book. I think that this one too is like a really good beach read. It's really inspiring. It's one of those books that like I love. Okay, so like technically I guess it would be a little self-helpy in that like it's another opportunity and it's another book where like you can sit and read and just, you know, like reassess and reprocess. And I'm all about that. I love every couple of weeks like sitting down and just reevaluating and making sure that like I'm following my heart and doing what it is that I love. And if you need that encouragement, if you're in a position where you're ready to take the dive and you want to do something creative or you want to try a new endeavor, regardless of like what field it's in, but you experience a little bit of fear and hesitation, which we all do, I think then this is a really great book. And it doesn't have to just apply to, you know, starting a new project or doing something creative that's scary. Like it can really apply to anything, because she talks a lot about fear in general and where fear comes from and how we can handle fear. And yeah, I think that it's just a great one to have. It's a really fantastic book to lend out. We've lent this out and everyone who reads it is left with a really beautiful impression and a really great outlook. So I would highly recommend checking this out. So guys, those are all the books that I recommend. Those are definitely some of my favorites. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite book is. I'm always on the hunt for new books and for new things to read. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I will talk to you all really soon. Bye guys!